Let's go through. I've been working on this thing for so long, it's stupid. I started developing such a tunnel vision, just such a tunnel vision for my approach to design. I try to think like different approaches, but it always was kind of around the my idea at the moment of how it should be implemented, because there were some things which I thought were like obvious for the thing, and I didn't question them, and that was a big error. So I just rewrote everything as I was partly recommended yesterday. Like, obviously it didn't go into details. Just told me that I'm kind of stupid the fuck I'm doing, and I simplified it massively. I not exactly how advice, but the man didn't have enough context. But now everything is working. Like this is fucking. I don't want to be so happy for something to compile. Rust. I mean, I don't really have anything. I'm just I'm very happy I compiled the thing. It's working. Like the protocol is working. The architecture is done. Which took stupid amount of time. I mean, this is embarrassing and it's stupid. It's stupid. Anyways, architecture is done now. It's just for just incremental adding of the features, which is simple. I mean, straightforward. It's not necessarily simple. It's a bit cumbersome, but nothing more than that. Like there are no actual difficulties or big time things, pitfalls, pits into which I can fall. So everything is looking great. I think I'm very much on track to build a thing. Might do a tour of it someday, but probably later because right now the functionality there is nothing really. I stripped everything down to just figure out the architecture implementation. It, there is an article written by a very smart person, and not only an article, it's like accepted opinion amongst actually good developers that the product shall be done top down, and that if you start bottom up, it will never work. I try to be smart. I try to start from the modules from the ground level. Just try to imagine how it will work, what would be needed, and all the abstractions and so on. And that cost me a lot of time. Very valuable lesson, and this is accepted like in the circles of good developers who are making architectures and successfully. So to build a larger project where the architecture is a significant part of it, you have to start from the very top. You just start writing the main function, write how you want things to be called, and just the absolute minimum example, not even of the desired functionality, just like have one file with I don't know, requests, and have just the output something like just have something that does something, okay? And then it hard code like everything, absolutely everything. Start with one like 50 lines of code that does hell knows what, but like something along the lines what you want, and then with the main function looking good, like looking how you want it to look. And we really have pressure as the developers, like from at every single point to start from the bottom. Like, for example, if you're using modern IDE, if you write the call to the function before you define the function, you will have errors all over the place. And if you don't think about it, like you by default will start to first write the function, then call it. And that's a bad practice. Not particularly significant, specifically this example, but just in general, it's so important to start from the top and then write the adaptations. I try to be smart. That completely fucked with me. So normally, like half the time, I am doing this, right? But in some cases, it's difficult to remember that you have no clue what. I mean, okay, if you already built the system, like right, sure, but when you're making a new architecture in software, and then you have you're not copying someone else's. Uh, Starting from bottom up is practically impossible. Anyways, I did the thing stupid way, and now we'll be adding the features. I'm very much on track. Life is great, though I haven't heard from Martin yet, which is concerning. Uh, well, I am going to be fine, no matter what happens. I put in the work. I'm putting in work more smartly now. Like tracking EV, it's great because it's much easier, faster feedback loops on everything. Like right now, I am tracking it uh, after many individual actions, and that just means faster feedback loop, just faster learning, faster detection of bad patterns, whatever else. Like imagine you have a dog that peed on the carpet, right? If you come in 5 hours, notice that, and then start scolding your dog, that will lead to nothing. The dog just doesn't understand it, nor on an intuitive level, nor mentally. Humans are able to, on the highest level, understand that, but you will not have a good sampling if you have a long feedback loop. Like, for example, think analysts which are compiling the lists of like good companies to invest in on banks. They're shit. Like they cannot do anything. They are unable to predict. Why? Because they have very long feedback loop. It's not that it's difficult. It's that it's difficult to learn because you have very little feedback. Make sense? So as I think here, and right now tracking change in EV value after every action just allows me to have much faster feedback loop. Obviously, it also helps that I'm a trader. I'm able to estimate it more or less reasonably, and more importantly, consistently, one against the other. So that's very important. Also, today I was going in today with two very defined non-negotiables, which are accommodated and not once again made the day very easy. And I was obviously doing this before, like not thinking about that, but also me not realizing me doing this when things worked out. Like I did not see a clear enough causal relationship on how important just having a very direct non-negotiable targets for the day is. I heavily underestimated importance today, so there I go. I will never go into a day without clear, very clear, very defined targets. Again, today it is two non-negotiables, but it might change. I don't know. Two words are enough for now. So that's pretty much it. I have worked a lot. I now shall go to sleep, and then tomorrow I will probably be introducing the just upgrades to the code base. So for two things to do, it's that, and then the other one, PB tracking. So I will do the execution of all types of orders as one, and as two, the PB tracking of like personal stats. So currently I'm collecting some things like not only the daily V, but like other just tracking metrics on how well I perform. For example, just time from alarm to me being outside the run issue zone, like ready to run, and then after how fast the transition from like running to shower, cold shower, whatever, because like you kind of get like I get lazy in the periods before difficult activity, and I tend to spend much more time there than what is possible. So tracking it, timing it can help enormously because well, I will be thinking about it constantly, and in the perfect world I will be able to just input it. I'm already tracking it with new version of System. I put it not long ago, but now I need to implement the PBs system, so it's very visual, very simple, practically gamified. That's it. My estimation is that that's going to help a lot. So there you go. Now to sleep.